Iran's foreign minister summoned British, French and German ambassadors for questioning, revealing Russia's intentions when attacking Ukraine's energy infrastructure. Russia released a video of a Su-25 attack firing missiles at a Ukrainian military position. Iran's foreign ministry summoned the British, French and German ambassadors to question what they called the country's irresponsible stance regarding Tehran's retaliatory attack on Israel. Iran's semi-official news agency ILNA reported on April 14 that the decision to summon the British, French and German ambassadors was made after these European countries made statements that Tehran said were irresponsible. Responsibility for the Islamic Republic's retaliatory attack on Israel. Previously, in a statement, the British, French and German governments condemned Tehran's attack in retaliation for the bombing of Iran's consulate in Syria on April 1, which Iran accused of being behind by Israel. The Western Europe regional director of the Iranian Foreign Ministry accused these three European countries of using double standards, when earlier this month they objected to a United Nations Security Council statement issued by Russia, drafting a condemnation of the attack on the Iranian embassy in Syria. Iran's military action against the bases of the Jewish regime, Israel, falls within the framework of the lawful right of self-defense stipulated in Article 51 of the United Nations Charter and is in response to a series of crimes, including the recent attack on our embassy in Syria, the official added. As expected, the group of G7 countries, including France, Germany, and the UK, is expected to hold an emergency online meeting at the end of April 14 to discuss this unprecedented attack by Iran. Russia's calculations when attacking Ukraine's energy infrastructure. Taking advantage of the delay in Western aid to Kyiv, Russia increased its attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure to erode the enemy's resistance. On the night of April 10, Russia launched a major attack with missiles and drones, UAVs, on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, destroying the Trypilska power plant, the largest energy facility near the capital Kyiv, causing damage to other facilities in Odessa, Kharkov, Zaporizhzhia and Lviv oblasts. According to Ukrainian officials, tens of thousands of homes lost power after Russia's overnight attacks. President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the airstrikes as a terrorist act and called for urgent additional aid from the West. "We need air defense and other defense support, not prolonged discussions," he said. Mr. Zelensky recently warned that Ukraine will run out of anti-aircraft missiles if Russia maintains the current speed and intensity of attacks. Ukrainian leaders said depleted stockpiles forced Kyiv to make difficult choices about important targets to protect. He added that Ukraine would need 25 US-made Patriot air defense systems to protect all of its territory. Faced with Ukraine's urgent needs, Germany announced that it would transfer an additional Patriot system to this country to deal with Russian raids. However, the US, the largest aid donor to Ukraine, has not made any similar moves so far. Russia's latest attacks show the risks facing Ukraine's energy infrastructure. Franz Stefangati, a defense analyst in Austria, said that by increasing targeting of energy infrastructure, Russia seeks to lay the foundation for future attacks by weakening defense systems. Ukraine's air force and forced Kyiv to withdraw resources from the front line to protect targets in the rear. Ukraine's air defense situation could become quite serious in the summer, he said. U.S. National Security Council spokeswoman Adrienne Watson described the campaign of attacks on Russian energy infrastructure as a frightening reminder of President Vladimir Putin's efforts to break the morale of Ukrainians and push them into darkness. Watson called on the U.S. House of Representatives to quickly pass an additional $60 billion aid package for Ukraine after months of delay. President Putin said on April 11 that recent raids on Ukraine's energy infrastructure were part of Moscow's demilitarization plan, one of the goals that Russia announced when launching its campaign in the country. Neighbors at the end of February 2022. "We think that this way we can cause consequences for Ukraine's military-industrial complex," he said. Compared to last year, they have changed their tactics and the current attacks have much more complicated consequences for us, Ukrainian Energy Minister Herman Halashchenko said last week. During the first winter, Russia targeted Ukraine's electricity distribution network. But current attacks aim to destroy power generation facilities in a more focused and precise way. They went further by destroying not only the power transmission grid but also electricity production, said Maxim Timchenko, CEO of DTK, Ukraine's largest energy company. They are trying to cut off power to industrial zones and large cities, said Maria Tsaturian, head of communications at Ukrenergo, Ukraine's national energy company whose facilities were heavily damaged in the attack. Of Russia, said. Before this week's attack, Russia lost 80% of Tech's power generation capacity, which provides about a fifth of Ukraine's electricity. The company spent $110 million to repair damage caused by more than 100 Russian raids on its facilities during the first year of the conflict. Timchenko said it will cost twice that much to recover from recent losses. Destroyed production facilities and transformer stations will require at least 6 months to repair. We need to place orders immediately so they can be put into production, because capital is not available, he said. The company is negotiating with Western partners to source used equipment from defunct factories in Europe. This is considered a faster and more economical solution. Volodymyr Kudrytsky, CEO of Ukrenergo, said electricity imports from Europe and low demand during the spring are helping overcome electricity shortages in Ukraine. However, electricity import capacity is limited to 1,700 megawatts and supply is not guaranteed. In addition to the power grid, Russia also attacked 2 underground Ukrainian gas storage facilities in raids this week, causing energy prices in Europe to spike and warnings of a threat to the country's infrastructure. Eastern Europe. Ukraine's storage facilities are located in the west of the country, bordering European Union (EU) countries, and are usually located about 2 kilometers underground. They are connected to the EU network, as Ukraine has for decades served as a transit route for gas supplies from Russia to the Union. Ukraine has more gas storage capacity than any country west of Russia, and the country is also actively courting traders to keep supplies there. After gas reserves fell to near zero as Russia launched a war in 2022, Ukraine has restored its reserves since last year, when companies such as Shell plc of the Netherlands and DXT Commodities of Switzerland chose to using this Eastern European country's facility as a gas storage facility. State energy company Naftogaz Ukraine is also actively negotiating to continue attracting customers to choose to store gas at their facilities. Although Europe ended the winter with high gas inventories, traders remained wary of any price fluctuations and supply disruptions due to attacks in Ukraine. Video captured the moment Russian pilots flew Su-25 attack aircraft and launched missiles at Ukrainian targets in the Donbas region. The Russian Ministry of Defense posted a video showing a squadron of Russian Su-25 attack aircraft launching missiles at Ukrainian targets in the Donbas region, eastern Ukraine, Sputnik news agency reported on April 10. In the video, pilots fly Su-25 attack aircraft and attack important positions of Ukrainian troops with unguided missiles. After successfully completing the combat mission, the pilots performed evasive maneuvers and deployed false targets to confuse the enemy's heat-seeking air defense forces. The aircraft is equipped with 2 Soyuz/Tamansky R-195SH turbojet engines with a thrust of 44.13 kN/unit. So the maximum speed of the Su-25 can reach 950 km per hour. Its maximum combat range can reach 1,850 km when fully fueled. The Su-25 is equipped with a Capio radar with a scanning and target finding range of more than 50 km, track up to 10 enemy targets at the same time and attack 2 of them. Because of its role in carrying out attacks on enemy targets on the ground, the Su-25 is equipped with the SVP-24 navigation system to allow pilots to drop unguided bombs on the above targets. The kit is as precise as a guided bomb.